Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafting world. This is Anna. Today I'm going to make a mini album with the paper that I had gotten from ASC Craft Supplies. So I'm going to leave that link along with a discount code in the description box in case you guys want to go and check it out and get all the supplies you need. This is the Eclectic Charm by Blue Fern Studios. So I have already cut up what I'm gonna use, and I still have five sheets of cardstock. So I may end up using more of these. I did not cut this up, so I will probably use that. I'm going to use some paper that I had in my stash. This is really pretty iridescent plum. To me, it's a plum color. And yeah, I've already cut everything out, but I am also going to use some envelopes that I had gotten at, it's a paper studio, so Hobby Lobby, and these were on clearance for $1.25. And you know how we're all shopping our stash right now, so I decided that I was going to use these envelopes to make the mini album. So what you are going to need is your envelopes. Of course, you can certainly make it out of cardstock, but these are the envelopes that I'm using, and all I did was cut off, or not cut off, but pry off the other half of the little tie here. And then I did cut it down. Let me get my cutter. There were 6 envelopes in the package, so I'm going to use all 6 because, I mean, who wants to keep stuff in their stash, right? So these, I believe it said, the package says they're 5.5 by 5.5. So I'm cutting just the flap off on these, and I did. They're a little bit bigger than that, so I cut them at 5 7/8 because they're a little bit bigger than 5.5. So I just cut that part off, and this is what I'm going to be using for each of the pages. Okay, so after I cut that off, I went ahead and cut my my cardstock, or I'm sorry, my chipboard for my covers. So front and back cover, you need 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then my spine is 6 1/4 by 3. So it's going to go this way. And since the envelopes are craft color, I went ahead and cut. I didn't have any craft color cardstock, but I did have craft paper, so I went ahead and cut that. And this is, I cut it at 17 by 8 inches. So this is where I'm going to cover my book covers with. This is what I'm going to make my book with. So I've already put adhesive on the back, and I had already burnished all the adhesive, but you know me, so I am going to just glue those down. I'm going to start with the centerpiece, I think. Yeah, I'll start with the centerpiece. Okay, so we're just going to glue that down. Probably do a little bit of chatting in between. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to try to center that. It still didn't go down straight, but it is what it is, right? So last night, guys, oh my goodness, I had a rough night last night. I don't know why. I was watching a movie with my nephew. And you know, I don't watch much television. I really don't. But well, you know, we're in quarantine, so I went ahead and I watched a movie called Salt. It's about a Russian spy, and you know, very. It was a good movie, but during the movie, I kind of felt really like anxious. I don't know. I have nothing to be anxious about other than staying indoors. Anyway, I dismissed it thinking, well, it's probably, you know, the movie or something. I don't know. So I dismissed it. Didn't go away, but I still, you know, I still thought, well, you know what? I am just going to not pay attention to it. So the movie finished, and after a while we went to bed. Not with my nephew, but the house went to bed. So I shortly after I went to bed, I had to get up. Let me get my tape, guys. I had to get out of bed because of the way I was feeling. It was awful. I told my husband, you know what? I feel really like I'm having a panic attack. I don't know. I just felt like I was having a panic attack. I don't know why. I had to get out of bed. I don't know if any of you have ever had panic attacks, but they're awful. I mean, I used to get them a long time ago, and gosh, it just feels like you're gonna die any minute now. I had to get out of bed. He says, well, let me know if you need me to get up with you. And I'm like, no, I'll be all right. I had to talk myself out of it, and it was awful. Anyway, so I was busy making face masks all day, actually since the weekend. And boy, I was tired of sewing. I need to. And then my son called me yesterday. He said he needed them for work. And I said, great, okay, well, I'll crack out the sewing machine again and make some more. But he wants a certain color and a certain style, but he's my baby. What can I do, right? So I guess I'll be making more face masks this week, since it's the roughest week of the pandemic, I hear. And my allergies, oh my goodness. All right, here we go, guys. Got all that down. Gotta cut my corners. You guys know that I'm not good at that, so I'm gonna get my little tool. Right here. I'm gonna do this right here. This one. That one didn't look straight, guys. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to work with it, right? That one's not straight either. Okay, let's just see what we have here, and let's just work with it. Since this is craft paper, I don't think it's going to be too hard to bend over. No, it's not. Alright guys, there's our cover. So here we go. I wish I had tie back so I could have put some on the spine, but I don't, and I'm not going anywhere. Okay, so we need to work on our spine piece, and for that I cut brown cardstock. This is 65-pound cardstock, and I didn't have any craft colors, so I went with brown. So this is 5.5 by 10, so 5.5 inches tall, 10 inches wide, and I scored at every ½ inch. Okay, so I scored let me tell you, all the way to 7.5. I started at the 1.5 inch mark, but I scored every ½ inch all the way to the well, actually, if you use the scoreboard, it will be all the way to 8.5. So 15 score marks is what you're going to do. And then on the back, we're going to, remember, we're going to fold these two up. So you need a piece of score, or, you know, okay guys, so the double-sided tape, remember we're going to put our tape on the gussets, the actual page. This is going to be what the envelope goes into your so when you're going to fold it, that's where your tape has to go. So for me, it's like I start right here at this tape, skip 2 and then do 1, skip 2, do 1, skip 2, do 1, skip 2, and tape 1. So when we remove our tape, we just fold, burnish, and there is our first, I'm assuming. So anyway, this is what's going to hold our pages together, or in this case our envelopes. right, there we go, guys. So along with that, we have to put tape on each side of our hinges here, because this is what's going to hold our pages in place. Okay guys, there we go. Now we need to put tape on the back. So I'm gonna get my wide tape for this. This is 2.5 inch. No, it's a 2-inch strip. So I am going to, so how am I gonna put this? What is this? 5.5. 5, it doesn't matter.
Use this for the remainder.
All right, guys, there we go. Back has adhesive. Now we're going to put this in our book. Now let me see if I can put this down evenly. Let me measure real quick and just make sure that that's correct. Yeah. Okay. You know what, guys? I'm going to use some wet adhesive as well. Make sure my corners don't come up. Alrighty. Let's put this down. Pull that straight. Alright guys, it's down, so there's nothing. If it's not straight, I can't do anything about it now. Now, I didn't cut any inside covers because I don't think it really needs them, because I'm going to cover them with pattern paper, so I'm going to say it doesn't need them. Okay, so here we go. Now, is there any one side that's better than the other for the top or bottom? Nope. Let's see how close I was to being even. That was pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. Okay. So, this is our book. We need to put in our pages. So, I kind of want the top. I don't know if I want the top. If I want them to go in this way, I have to split that side. Either way, I have to split a side. But I want my pages to be on the top. I think I want my inserts to come out from the top. Or do I want them to come out through the side? I am going to say that, let me see how this is built. Now maybe the side, it'll keep it sturdier if I use the side instead. I'm going to use the bottom, and I'm going to have to split each one of these open from the bottom. So let me get my cutter, and I will split all of them but one. One of them is going to go inside the book, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. So my cutter, my paper trimmer, and let me trim off just a smidge here. Alright guys, I split all those open. Alright, let me put these in our book. Throw some of this trash. Okay, they will go in our book this way. Alright guys, this is where they're going to go in.
Oh, it's crooked. Okay, well, do it now. So it's straight on one side, but crooked on the other, so that means my spine must be off a little. So now I need to do the back one. So if I do the front side, it's going to be crooked this way. Okay, that's just the way that we go in.
All right, guys, that's the way it's gonna go down. Well, that's not bad. If you open it this way, no, it's not bad at all. This one went down crooked, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, now do some of this. Okay, we are going to cover this, and I have already cut the covers. Okay, these are the inside covers, front and back. I cut them all at 6 by 6. Now this is my front cover. I just love this one. That is going to go on the front, and this is going to go on the inside this way. See why I said I didn't think it needed an additional cover. So I'm going to leave that one there, and this one is going to go on the back cover, which is right here, and this one is going to go back here. You know, I didn't cut anything for that, but I'm not going to put these down yet. You know what, because I may cut some mats for these, so I'm going to wait on these. But I am going to cover the pages, and these are the mats for the pages themselves. I may have to cut them down just a little bit, because originally these were going to go up this way. Now these, let me see. Yes, I'm going to have to cut them down just a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch. So let me do that and I'll be right back. So my page mats are 5.5 by 5.5, and I am going to start covering this page. And it goes right up to the page. Okay guys, I trimmed all my pages down, all my mats, to 5.5 by 5.5, and I've arranged them how I want them in the book. So I am going to go ahead and glue all of these down. Okay guys, I have glued all my mats down to my pages, and like the envelopes were kind of splitting from the side, so I just took a bead of glue and glued each side down so that that didn't happen in the future. And once the you know, the pages are in there, the mats are in there, it won't happen. So these are the mats that I have. These I got two different types. So where are my other ones? Here they are. Okay, so these are 10.5, I don't know if you could see that, 10.5 by 5.5, and I scored at the 5.5 inch line. So I'm going to fold these up, and I am going to insert these going this way with the shorter side in, and one will have this, and the other one is going to have a plain one. So this one is 5.5 by 5.5, and these are going to go in there this way. Oh, wrong page. They are going to go in this way. Okay, so one will have a flap that is removable. The other one will have just a plain mat that without the folding page, and then the next one will have the mat or the fold out page. There's that one, and then this one is going to be plain. Okay, so this one has a plain one. This one has a folded one. And I think I have, yes, I have an extra one for the back pocket that I'm going to use. Okay, so that is the way those are going to go. And I have mats for all of them. The inside, I am going to put mats on here on the front side this way. Okay, and these mats are 4 3/4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside. And then I'm going to put one on the outside, and those are 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put another mat. I'm going to see how thick it is. I don't know if I'm going to put another mat right there. I don't think I'm going to put one there. So let me work on those mats. Okay guys, I put all my mats in. I may still go back and put a mat on this side. I may still do that, but I'll wait on that for just a little bit. I'm going to work on the inside because I need to cut mats. I want to put my cover mats in. These are the 6 by 6, inside, outside, the front and back cover mats. So I just love this page. I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut you know, a mat that'll just barely fit on there to expose that beautiful you know, plum color. This is going to be the back. This will be back there. And then I don't know which one I want. Maybe this one for the front. This one right here. And this one here. Yes, let me cut some mats and see what that looks like. Okay guys, I did like the way that looks with the plum in there. So what I did was I cut this one at 6 1/8 by 6 1/8, and then I cut 1/8 off of two sides to make it fit in there evenly. So yeah, I like that. This is going to be the back. So the good thing about this album is before embellishments, it lays pretty flat. So let me glue this on. This is the back panel. Perfect. I'm going to glue this to the back. And I went ahead and cut a piece for the spine, but I didn't cut into a new sheet of cardstock. So I am going to use this right in the center here. And maybe I'll put something, or should I do this? Oh, that's pretty. I like that side. I think I'll do this side. You know, we can always fill those sides in with some sort of trim. Yeah. All right, so this is the way the back is, the spine is going to be, and I am probably going to put something else on there when it's time to decorate that. And let me see what I'm going to do about, I don't know if I'm going to put, this is the front. I don't know, I don't think I'm going to put, I don't think I'm going to mat these, just because then I feel like I would have to mat all of these as well. So anyway, I'm going to put these down this way. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this one like that, and this one is going to go this way. So let me glue those down. I had company, y'all, and I walked away and didn't even cap my glue, so hopefully I can get it working here. Yeah. This is my front. Cover. Okay. Into the back cover. Okay, that one went down a little crooked, but, or not crooked, but it's not even with the top. Well, it's gonna have to stay that way. Okay, now, you know what, guys? I'm thinking I'm going to get a mat for the back. What did I say that was? 5 by 5, 5 1/4 by 4 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I'm going to cut mats for this as well. I cut my mats for these pages. Let me put these on there real quick. I have enough of this plum paper cardstock, and it's not really thick on there, so it'll be fine. All right, guys, I am happy with that so far. Yes, okay, now let me work on this. So I have the last envelope. Oh, I remember what I was going to do with this. I was going to have it open this way, guys. I was supposed to put a, let me see if I can pry that open. Okay, guys, I was able to open that with minimal damage. I think it's gonna be just fine. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put this little hinge. I'm putting this little hinge at the bottom here, and then I'm going to slip that in there and glue that down this way, and that is going to open up this way. So let me do that first. Let me glue this one down first. And then I'm going to Alright guys, I was having difficulties here. It's pretty close to the edge, but it's gonna stay that way. Okay? Now let me cover these up. This one is going to go right here. Isn't that pretty? And this one is going to go this way. Do have to trim those down just a little bit. you go, guys. Oh, I love that. And you can hardly even tell this one was a mistake here. Yes. And this panel was an extra panel, and because I was going to put this one on the back and then realized that it would have been too small, and that's when I cut this one up. So I need I did cut the 10.5 by 5.5 for this one, and I am going to do I want it that way, or do I want it this way? No, I think I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to place it in this way. And this one is going to go right there. There we go. Isn't this pretty? Oh my gosh, I love that page. Two panels, and then the one for the back. Like this. Alrighty guys, there we go. Super excited, because now comes the fun part, the decorating. Okay, so I was going to do this one this way. Yes, there we go. Goes that way. This way. Should I put a strip there? Let me see what the strips look like. I know I have strips that I can use right there. I love it because it's eclectic, and I mean everything, all the colors coordinate and whatnot. So, you know, it doesn't matter what I put on there. Okay. And again, guys, I forgot all about the closure, so we'll have to figure that one out. All right, guys, so I finished decorating my mini album, and you know, everything's complete, so I'm gonna do a walkthrough with you guys. I know I don't decorate with you guys or embellish my books with you, but I just, it takes me a long time to really figure out what I'm gonna do. That's why I don't do it with you guys. But this was the final outcome. So this was the first page, and let me tell you, I did not put a closure on there. Why? Because I forgot. So no closure, but you know, even with the photos in there, I don't think it needs it. So this is the front. I went ahead and matted it with that beautiful plum colored shimmer paper that I've had in my stash forever. I used it to make this wild rose from Heartfelt Creations. And so let me tell you what I used here real quick before we get into the book. So I used this die and the shaping mold that I had gotten in my design team kit, and oh my gosh, I love that. I have got to get the small set as well because those are beautiful. And I made some leaves with you guys, so same you know, leaf and this one's a leaf stamp and dice and shaping mold, so I used that. And I used various things for my stash. So one thing that I did use were these beautiful plum colored I forgot what size these are, but I got these in my design team kit as well, and I use these little roses. These are so gorgeous. I used a butterfly. This is a trim that I have in my stash, and I used one of those. And I used some flowers that I had from in my stash. This one, although this one was given to me in a swap. And then I used, let me put this back in there because then I will not do that, and it's gonna roam around forever and ever till I use it. And then I used some ephemera. This is an ephemera pack from Tim Holtz, and I used one of these clocks, and oh, I love these little clocks. I had bought them. I don't know if I bought them or they were gifted to me. I don't remember, but I've had them for such a long time, and I was just waiting for the perfect project, and this was it. So that is the majority of things that I used. I did use, as I showed you guys, the Eclectic Charm by Blue Fern Studios, and I still have 4 sheets left. I mean, that's still a lot. And then I used this I don't even know what color this is, but this is the paper, the cardstock that I used that was out of my stash. Bling Her Majesty is what it says. So I'd gotten this, I think, at Tuesday morning. I'm pretty sure. So that is what I used as far as paper and embellishments for the album, guys. Oh my gosh, this, you guys know, this is not my regular, you know, traditional things that colors that I work with, but oh my god, I loved it. I loved it. Okay, so let's go back to the album. So I used one of the pages, of course, for the front, and I used that butterfly right here. I put a little bling piece right in the center, a little flat back, and then this is part of the cut aparts, and that is up on foam, which is like that. And this is, like I said, the little wild rose that I created with the plum colored paper, and I put a rose in front of the clock, and this is the way I used the clock, and I just love the way that turned out. And then I put, you know, a flower, some leaves, and another piece of one of the cut aparts. And on the side for the spine, oh my gosh, I couldn't think of it. I left this the way I had showed you guys, and I put a you know, just a vine of leaves, a flower in the top, and one of these this is actually yarn to make, and it looks like twine, but it isn't. It is yarn. So I put that little bow on there, and on the back I didn't do anything to the back. So we open it up. One of my cut aparts came loose. Okay, so when we open it up, open it up this way, and this is my first page, and I love it. And I knew I did not want anything here other than embellishments. I didn't want a picture here. I just wanted this to reflect the collection itself. So I purposely didn't leave space for a picture. So the leaves down here, I put another little set here, a ticket from the Ephemera pack, a flower, and then I love this. And so I put that up on, it's on foam as well. And then this image right here of the clock, just love it. And then this page, all I did was put a little flower on. This is, remember, this is the removable one. So I did, you know, matte those. And then on the front, it's just got the flower and the leaves and this beautiful print. And then right here, it's got the flower, a couple of ephemera pieces. And that just goes in like that. So there's actually plenty of room for photographs. And then on the second page, this is a little, you know, tuck spot that I created. And these are cut aparts from the cut apart page. So I just put a ephemera, this is glued at the bottom, made it a little tuck spot. And this goes in there like that. This one, and then this little cut apart, I actually glued this one on there because I wanted to use that as well. And here's another piece of that yarn. There's a little ticket. You can do either a picture or journaling on the back. And these as well, you can either journal or put a picture on there. And that goes like that. And then on this side, I made another little tuck spot and a couple of more cut aparts. And we can do, you know, pictures or whatever. And then that tucks in there like that. If need be, I can tuck that one in there so it can show up a little bit better. And this one will hold it in place. And I really like this one too. And we didn't realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun, which is, I just love this album. I really, really do. And then again, this is the mat. It just has the same paper on both sides. And then flip it over, and this is another tuck spot, ephemera, and I just lined it with the paper. And I was trying to use all my scraps, so that's why, you know, some of them have brown, some of them have this color. But these, again, this is a cut apart, and I didn't want to make them too big, so I didn't mat this one, but you know, I can put a picture on there. And then this one I did mat a little bit just to make it a little bit different. I put this strip in the back, a little ticket in the front, and I'm just surprised at how well both collections went together. You know, the Tim Holtz and the Eclectic Charm. And then right here I have a little flower with a couple of, this little stamp comes from the cut aparts, and this one's part of the ephemera. And then you open it up, got a little ticket right there, and then just the mats, a couple of cut aparts right there on that page. And you know, surprisingly, these pockets are really sturdy. I didn't think they were going to be that strong, but they are. They're very sturdy. And then this one, again, flowers, leaves, flowers. And then this one's a little cut apart that I didn't want to leave off, so I just stuck it in there. Originally, this was not a tuck spot, but then when I found this little, you know, cut apart, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could make it a little tuck spot. And I can, because it holds pretty well. And then this page, and as you can see, guys, I did go ahead and line this with some of that plum paper, and yeah, it kind of ties everything together. And then this one again, just the mat, and you know, I'm surprised, really, I really am. And then you flip the page, got another little setup right there with the flowers and a stamp, plenty of room for pictures. And then this one, pull it out, got a little cluster right there, and then got a little cut apart right there, and then the back mat. And then this one, there's nothing on here. This is so pretty. I'm gonna make sure that whatever picture I put right here doesn't cover too much of that, because that is gorgeous. And then on the last page, have another little stem of leaves with a flower. And then I just put a little ticket under there just to give it more, more interest. And then on this side, I did make this a little tuck spot, and it says the best thing about memories is making them. So again, I'll probably put a picture on the back, pictures right here, and then just tuck this in right there. And then this flips open. You've got 2 more spots right there. This is the one that comes out right there, and we can put it back in here. So there is plenty of rooms for, I'm thinking that I might put our New York pictures in here, I'm not sure. And then you close it up, and yeah, that's it. Guys, this was so much fun, and I simply love the colors. I don't think, it'll be fine without a closure, I don't think it'll be bad at all. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for coming along and watching me work, and everyone stay safe, and I will talk to you everyone later. Love you guys.